People be like, Netflix makes consistently shit content. Arcane Season 2 trailer comes out. Everyone, you said that. It's fucking... I never said that. That was a terrible joke, but you get the point. I'm gonna be honest about something. I don't like Arcane. I seen the first 3 episodes about a year and a half ago. It was like January 2022. So nearly 3 years ago. Or not, I said year and a half, 2.5. Nearly 3 years. Seen the first 3 episodes because I seen a video talking about like how Arcane is so good, and one of the things that the guy said was that you need to watch the first 3 episodes because end of episode 3 where that explosion happens, which I'm gonna be honest, is one of the only memorable things about the show. That was like what gets the show started. And I watched the first 3 episodes and I was like, this is incredibly fucking boring, but it is somewhat intriguing. So I'm gonna keep watching it. And then I finished the last 6, like 6 months later, and it just, I don't get the hype. It wasn't memorable. The writing is very, very average. It just is not special in any way. Also, it's a fucking League of Legends show. I know that's going to be very controversial and people will get very angry at me and they'll say, oh, but how can you say the writing is shit when this and that? Well, it was just boring. And before anyone says, oh, what were you expecting? Like, lots and lots of action? I wasn't expecting any. I was expecting a show I would like, but I didn't set my expectations to it being like an action show or a comedy or anything like that. I just expected to like it, and I don't. But I'm going to torture myself and watch season 2 anyway. So far, this seems like it's going to be lots of action, but I have a feeling it isn't going to be. I think this is going to be like Dune 2, where, people said that, oh, it's a full-on war movie, but it just wasn't. Like, there was some action in there, but it wasn't. It was nowhere near enough for it to be considered a full-on war film or a full-on action film, and I feel like this is going to be the same. This makes it seem like they'll ramp it up for, say, 2 to 4 episodes, and then they'll spend the rest of the season with non-stop action. But that's not what's going to happen. It's going to be the exact same season 1, where it's all just dialogue heavy stuff. There's nothing wrong with dialogue heavy stuff, because I love Game of Thrones. But stuff like this and Andor were just, nah. Like, it's a bit different with Andor because, I was talking to someone, like a week before it came out, and he was like, oh, that's coming out, like, next week. That's going to be so good, there's going to be so much action in it. I was like, yeah. And, there's barely any action in it. And the only episode of Andor where I liked was the one where they broke out of prison. I'm still going to watch season 2 anyway, but I am not excited, and it's going to be more like torture than watching television, because it was just so boring. But, everything that's happening here is probably in the last couple of episodes, maybe the last episode. So, I wouldn't go into this expecting full action. Expect it to be exactly the same as season 1. Yeah, I have nothing else to say about this trailer. That's all it was. It was just non-stop action and preludes to action. And, it does seem like just your average trailer for an action film of this type, but it's very misleading because there's no fucking way. I don't know how many episodes there's going to be in this season. I assume there's going to be 9, just like the last season. There's no way they're going to do 9 50-minute episodes of non-stop action. If they were attempting to do that, it'd probably be like The Walking Dead's, like the show's attempt to adapt All Out War, where it was just constantly taking cover. At least so I've heard. I never actually watched that far because that show also fucking sucks. It does feel stupid making this video now, since I've literally one thing to say about the trailer, but sort of the trailer's fault.